this class is going to be a super stretchy, kind of gentle, yummy flow. We're going to get into shoulders. We're going to get into hips. So let's get started and enjoy. We're going to start in child's pose today. If you've got a couple of blocks, they might be handy for the beginning part of the class. If you don't have any blocks, don't stress. You can absolutely do without. So we're going to start in child's pose, bringing the big toes to touch the knees nice and wide. Here, if you do have blocks, a couple of options for you. You might want to place the hands or the forearms onto the blocks and then sink down just a little here, getting into the shoulders a little more. Or you can also bring the blocks a little closer, rest the elbows down onto the blocks, and then sink the chest down to the mat, bringing the hands into a little reverse prayer. So see what works for you. Feel free to take a moment and adjust. I'm going to keep my arms here and just allow the hips to sink down towards the heels. And begin to bring your full care, focus, and attention to your breath. Feel the sensation of the belly moving down towards the mat, the back body reaching up towards the ceiling on each inhale. Then notice that sensation kind of soften and kind of gathering back towards the center as you exhale. Good. A beautiful big breath in. And a big breath out. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. Releasing the hands forward if you've taken that reverse prayer option. Gently press down into the fingertips. You can walk yourself back up. Coming into tabletop position, squeezing the knees underneath the hips, stacking the wrists underneath the shoulders. And here, absolutely an option for you to keep the hands on the blocks. Maybe feeling the sensation of this cat-cow that we're about to do in a slightly different sort of area of the upper back. So see what feels good for you. Feel free to play today. So inhale, we're going to lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, push. Relax the back of the neck. Good. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, press and beautiful. One more time. In. And exhale. Good. Ripple through to find your tabletop. Good. Push down into the left hand. We're going to reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, a little opening through the chest. Roll the wrist one way. And roll the wrist the other way. Good. We're going to take a big circle back. Inhale to reach and exhale, sweep the arm all the way down. And reaching up and over. And a little sweep. One more time. Reach and sweep. Bring the hand back down to the block. Good. Right leg kicks back. Give it a little kick. And squeeze the knee towards the nose. And give it a little kick. This time, we're going to cross the right knee over the left. So cross it over. You can wriggle the feet a little wider. Feel free to shift the hands as you need, kind of going slightly more to the left. Press the hips back towards the heels. So we start here in a little child's pose, cow face pose mashup. So a little cow face child's pose. And then when you're ready, walk the hands back towards you and sink the hips down towards the mat. You can wriggle the feet a little wider if you like, bringing the shins into one line towards the top of the mat. See what feels good for you. Pressing the sit bones down into the mat, the arms reach up towards the ceiling. Good. Right hand, give yourself a little pat on the back. Left hand sweeps back behind you. See if you can find a little bind. Cow face pose. Good. Lift the chin, lift the chest. Notice the stretch in the top of the top arm. Beautiful. Unravel the hands. Take a little side bend to the right. And a gentle side bend to the left. Floating the hands all the way back up towards the ceiling. And we're going to send our weight forwards, rolling forwards over the knees onto the shins. Press down into the hands. Again, if you need to adjust, you can walk the hands a little further forward. And we're going to unravel, kick the right leg back. Good. Squeeze the knee towards the nose. A little rounding here. Push the floor away. Kick back. And then squeeze the knee to the right upper arm and step the foot forward. Coming into a little lizard lunge. If you need to walk your blocks forward or walk your hands forwards, feel free. Sink the hips down towards the mat. Toes can turn slightly out. Good. Just notice the sensation here in the hips. If you like a little more, you can bring your forearms down to your blocks or all the way down to the mat. Or you can stay exactly where you are. See what feels good for you. And take a big breath in. And a big breath out. One more big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders, lift the chest. Press down into the left hand. We come into a little twist to the right. Float the fingertips forwards to tap the mat ahead of you. Then reach the arms back and float back, open across the chest. One more. Inhale to reach forwards. And open and reach back. One more time. Reaching forwards. And floating back. Beautiful. The hands reach up and over the head. We're going to press down into the block. Squeeze your right heel towards your hip, kick back. And then let's bring the knees down towards the mat. Bring the big toes to touch. And again, press back into your child's pose. You can keep the hands on the blocks. I'm going to play here. If you want to come back into your reverse prayer, you're welcome to. You can adjust where the blocks are. Let the hips sink down towards the heels. Take a breath here. Beautiful. Easing yourself back up. Finding all fours. These knees back in underneath the hips. Adjust as you need. Reset. Restack. And come back to our cat-cow. So as you inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale to press it. Good. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, press and round. One more time. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, push away, round here. Good. Pull through. Pressing the floor away. We push down into the right. Left arm lifts up, little twist. Roll the wrist one way. And a little change. Roll the wrist the other way. Good. Open and circle for 1 and 2. Last one, 3. All the way up. Sweep up towards the ceiling and bring the hand back down. Good. Left foot kicks back. Squeeze the knee towards the nose. And we kick the left heel back. Squeeze the left knee behind the right. From here, open the feet a little wider. You're going to shift your weight back onto that back shin. You might need to adjust where your hands are on your mat. Wriggle the feet to make space. And we're going to press back into our child's pose variation with our cow face legs. Just taking a moment here to soften, to settle. Beautiful. Then send the weight more back towards the hips. More. Hips drop down towards the mat. And here you can wriggle the feet a little more forward, creating that classic cow face leg. Beautiful. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. This time the left hand gives you a pat on the back. The right arm sweeps back. See if you can find a bind through the fingertips. If you can't, just hold on to your sort of top, your t-shirt. Good. Lean the upper body back. Big stretch for the shoulders, for the tricep on the top. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Beautiful. Release that bind. Float the hands up. Take a side bend to the left. Nice and easy. A side bend to the right. Beautiful. Float all the way back up. We're going to rock the weight forward. So rock forwards. A little squeeze of the inner thighs might help. Bringing the hands to the mat. Beautiful. Push the floor away. Kick the heel back. You can adjust the hands as you go. Good. Squeeze the knee towards the nose. And kick back. And bring the left knee to the left upper arm and step the foot forwards. Lizard lunge. Good. Foot right to the outside edge of the mat. Toes turn gently out. If you need a little bit of movement here, a little wriggle from side to side, then feel free to take it. Sink the hips gently down. You're welcome to keep your hands on the blocks, or you can bring the hands to the mat. Option here to fold a little deeper, maybe bringing forearms down to the blocks or all the way down to the mat. You can always keep your hands on the mat, keep pushing the floor away, see what feels good for you today. Good, take a good breath in here. And exhale. One more inhale. And as you exhale, press down into the blocks. Lift the chin, lift the chest. Right hand presses down. Allow the left hand to unravel towards the ceiling. Beautiful twist here through that lizard lunge. We reach the arm forwards, tap down towards the mat. Then we lift and arc the arm. Beautiful rainbow overhead. Beautiful sweep and float. And reach towards the back. One more time, a little tap forwards. And a little reach back. Beautiful, bringing the hand all the way back down towards your block or towards the mat. Good, push into the blocks. Squeeze the knee towards the upper arm so you can float the foot all the way back. Beautiful, knees come down to the mat. Here, you can shift your blocks out of the way. Walk the hands one hand length further forward. Shift your weight forward here, bringing the shoulders over the wrist. Lean forwards, look forwards. We lower towards the mat. Slow chaturanga. We bend the elbows. We lower ourselves down. One solid line. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders down the back. Take a little lift here. Cobra. Good. Release your cobra. Nose floats just above the mat. Arms reach out wide and then swim the arms back. Interlace the hands at the small of the back. Draw the knuckles down towards the tailbone as we lift the chest, lift the feet. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Beautiful. Inhale here, lift a little higher. And exhale to gently release and float back towards the mat. Tuck the toes. Squeeze the elbows in, squeeze the chin towards the chest. We're going to reverse our lower. So we lift and push all the way back up to our knees. Good. Squeeze the elbows in towards the sides of the waist. Hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes here. Lift the belly button just a little. Ready to press up. Take a nice big breath in to prepare. As you exhale, push into the mat. We push, 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 push up. Again, one solid line. Knees nice and wide. Big toes touch. We press back. Child's pose. Just noticing the sensations in your body. Give yourself a second to sink down here. Good. Press into the fingertips. Lift the chin, lift the chest. Walk the hands all the way over to the right hand side of the mat. Set the left hand on top and sink down. Little side stretch. Beautiful. On your inhale, lift the chest. Walk the hands all the way to the left. Stack the right hand on the left and sink the chest down. Keep reaching the hips back towards the heels. Little side stretch. And ease yourself back to center. Ripple through. Squeezing the knees back underneath the hips, the wrists underneath the shoulders. Press the mat away. Let's take one cow, one cat here. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, press and round. Good. Ripple through to find your neutral. Right leg kicks back. Cross the right knee behind the left and press the hips back towards the heels, finding our sort of cow face child pose again. Rock the weight forwards, right leg floats back. Squeeze the knee towards the upper arm, step the foot forward, find your lizard lunge. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. Press down into the left hand, right arm rises. Beautiful twist here. We're going to turn our right toes out. You might even want to wriggle the foot back a little bit. Dip the hips, a little horizon lunge. Good. Press down, float all the way back. Beautiful. From here, we're going to step the back foot forwards. Drop the hips down a little, Vinyasa. Hands come down to the mat. The heels spin gently out as we drop our head down. Slightly wider leg forward fold. Ease the weight a little into the hands so you can wriggle the feet together. Hands float up the shins, half lift. Forward fold. We press and rise to find high mountain and Tadasana. Hands to the heart space. Shift your weight into the left foot. Right knee rises, one-legged mountain. We cross the right ankle over the left, sit down, figure four. Unravel the right leg, tap it down, a little curtsy. You can add a flourish with the hands if you like. Bring the hands to the hips, step the foot down. Arms sweep down and back all the way up, Utkatasana, chair pose. Right arm sweeps underneath left, cross, wrap, and twist. Eagle arms. Take a little lift of the chin, lift of the chest. And exhale, bring the elbows in towards the belly button. Good. A slightly tricky transition. Drop the sit bones down as the arms reach up. Shift the weight into the left leg. The right leg steps all the way back. High lunge with eagle arms. Drop the right heel down. Lift through the fingertips. A little reverse here. And we fold forward, shoulder to the inside of the thigh. Humble warrior. Beautiful. Reach up through the fingertips, all the way up. We release the cross of the arms, turn on the feet to face the long edge of the mat. Stop. Exhale to bend. Goddess. Beautiful. Reach star. We bend to goddess. One more time. Reach star. Exhale, bend. Goddess. Nice and deep. Bring the hands to the hips, turn the toes slightly in. Prasarita. Make fists with the hands and bring the fists to touch behind you. Another option here is to bring the hands into reverse prayer at the back. So see what feels best for you. Lift the chest, lean slightly back. And we fold forwards. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold. Either with the hands in reverse prayer or with the hands in fists. Take a moment here. Good. Release the arms. We float ourselves all the way back up. Warrior two to the top of the mat. Arms come back into cow face arms, a little reverse. Unravel the cow face arms, hands down to the mat. We step the front foot back to find plank. And then take the knees nice and wide, big toes touch. Press back, child's pose. Take a moment to find your breath. You're welcome to play here, maybe walking the hands together and coming back into a reverse prayer. If the shoulders need a little break, then you can always walk the hands down next to the sides of the body. See what feels good for you. Now one more breath here. And we ease ourselves back up to find our tabletop. Reset. Restack. Press the mat away. God, just take a moment to breathe. Gentle cat-cow. We inhale, lower the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. And exhale, press. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Ripple through to your neutral. Left leg kicks back, nice and strong. Good. Bring the knee to the nose. Kick it back. Cross the left knee over the right. Little wriggle of the feet, maybe a shift through the hands. Press back. Our cow face, child's pose. Good. Ripple through. Send the weight forwards onto the right shin. You can shift the hands as you go. Float the left leg away. And we squeeze the knee to the upper arm, step the foot forwards, finding your lizard lunge. Good. That left foot nice and wide, toes turn gently out. Good. Let the hips sink down, settle here. Tuck the back toe, lift the back knee. We press down into the right hand, left hand rises, little twist. Turn the left toes out. We're going to drop back onto the right heel as we turn the body, sink the hip, a little dip, horizon lunge. Good. Press away, float all the way forwards. Good. Shift the weight forwards into the hands, into the front foot. Back foot steps forward. There goes my mat. Nice wide step as we drop the hips down, Malasana. Finding your focus here, let the hips sink down, chest floats up. Hands release to the mat, heels spin slightly out as the hips lift towards the sky. A slightly wider leg forward fold. Shift the weight forwards into the hands so you can wriggle the feet towards each other. Take a little fold. Hands find the shins, hasana. Forward fold. Press into the feet to rise, high mountain, and finding Tadasana. Good. Take a moment here. Feel the weight of your fingertips drawing you down towards the mat. Shoulders drop down away from the ears. Find your focus, your gaze. I'm just going to fix my mat quickly. Good. Little balance. Hands to the heart space. Shift the weight into the right leg. Left knee rises. Cross left ankle over right thigh. Sit down. Figure four. Good. Sinking down through the hips. Unravel the left leg. Step it back. Gentle curtsy. Beautiful. Shift the weight into the right foot. We bring the feet together. Arms sweep down to float up. Utkatasana, chair pose. Sweep the left arm underneath the right. Cross wrap and twist eagle arms. Lift the chin, lift the chest, and little baby back bend. Squeeze the elbows towards the belly button. Forward fold. Beautiful. We're going to lift the chest again, sink the sit bones, the tailbone down, shift the weight into the right foot. Left knee rises and we step all the way to the back of the mat. Lunge. Drop the back heel in, toes turn slightly out. Warrior one feet. Lift the fingertips. And we drop down. Humble warrior with eagle arms. Beautiful. We rise through the fingertips, unravel the arms. We open to find star. Exhale, bend goddess. Inhale to reach star. Exhale to bend goddess. Inhale to reach star. Last time, exhale, bend goddess, nice and low. Bring the hands to the hips. Turn the toes in for a wide-legged forward fold. Options here again, either fists find each other in the small of the back, or you can bring the hands together to find reverse prayer towards you. Good. You're in that reverse prayer. Nice open elbows. Inhale, lift the chest. As we exhale, we fold through the hip crease. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward. Good. Release the grip of the arms. Float the arms down in front of you and sweep them all the way up. Good. We open warrior two. Windmill the hands down to the mat. Step back, find your plank. Knees wide, big toes touch. Press back, child's pose. Finding a second here to catch your breath. We move through our Vinyasa, our sun salutation variation. Lift the chest, shift the weight forward. You can squeeze the knees back underneath the hips. If you need to step the hands a little further forward, feel free. We lean the body forward, stack the shoulders over the wrists. Look slightly forwards as you exhale, squeeze the elbows in, we lower down, chaturanga. Roll the shoulders down the back. We lift the chin, lift the chest, baby cobra. We float the nose back down to the mat. Reach the arms wide. Interlace the fingers behind you. We draw the knuckles down towards the tailbone. Feet lift. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Good. Lift a little higher if there's space. And then we float the hands back down to the mat. Squeeze the elbows into the sides of the body. Tuck the toes. Inhale here. Exhale, we push back to our kneeling plank. Try and keep the upper body in one solid line. Ready, inhale. 3, 2, 1. We push. Exhale. Good. Press the hips back. Lift them high. Downward facing dog. Have a little pedal through the knees. Bend one knee, bend the other knee. Little walk out through the feet. Beautiful. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze the knee towards the nose. And we press back, three-legged dog. We squeeze the knee towards the upper arm. And then we step the foot wide to the hand. Runner's lunge. Press down into the left hand, right hand rises, twist. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Drop the hips down, horizon lunge. Good, float yourself all the way up and over. Good, finding your runner's lunge. We step the back foot to the outside of that left hand, drop down. Malasana. Hands head to the mat, hips to the sky, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, bring the hands to the shin. Forward fold. Press down into the feet, we rise. Through a little star, wriggle the feet in. Tadasana, mountain pose. Arms reach up towards the ceiling. In. As you exhale, let's wrap the right arm underneath the left, cross wrap and twist, finding eagle arms. Here, shift the weight into the left leg. Right knee rises nice and high. Cross the right thigh over the left. Eagle pose, sink down. Beautiful. Unravel the leg here, float the foot back. Find your lunge. Keep the eagle arm as you rotate the back heel in. Lift and reverse. Sinking down. Humble warrior with eagle arms. Beautiful. Rise here. Release. Stop. Exhale. Just one bend to find goddess. Hands move to the back. Body interlace the fingers. Draw the knuckles down. Lift the chest. A little puff here. Your toes can turn slightly in from your goddess. As we fold forward, prasarita with shoulders in extension. Good. Release the clasp of the hand. We're going to float the hands down and all the way up. Turn towards the back of your mat. Warrior 2. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down towards the mat. Good. You can rotate that back foot in, the toes and heel turns out. Press into the hands. Front foot here, your right foot floats all the way up towards the ceiling. Three-legged dog. We're going to come down into pigeon pose. So squeeze the knee towards the nose. Little external rotation through the hip. Bring the ankle behind the left wrist, the knee behind the right, and gently sink the hips down towards the mat. Take your time here. Take a moment. Find your pigeon. You're welcome to stay more upright, or if you'd like, you can fold forwards, coming down onto the forearms, easing yourself into a forward. Take a breath here. And on your next exhale, you can walk the hands back towards you, lifting the chest. We're simply going to drop our right hip down towards the mat. Sweep the back leg all the way across and cross over. Good. Press the sit bones down towards the mat as we twist to the left. Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. We release the twist. Gentle counter twist towards the right. Find a little forward bend. We rotate, half Lord of the Fishes, one last little twist here. And then we release, reach the hands all the way up and over towards the right. But you're going to keep going. Reach the hands down to the mat. As you do, the hips will pop up. And you find yourself back in downward facing dog. If you need to adjust, feel free. Have a little pivot here. Little wriggle through the hips. If you need a child's pose, the option is there for you. Maybe have a little shake no of the head. A little nod yes. Beautiful. Left foot rises, three-legged dog. Exhale, squeeze the knee to the nose, shift forward. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, squeeze the knee to the left elbow, step the foot forwards, find your runner's lunge. Good. Take a moment, press down into the hands, push down into the feet. Right hand stays anchored to your mat. Left hand rises, find your twist. Rotate the left foot, sink the hips down, a little horizon lunge. Float all the way up and over. Good. Shift the weight. We step the back foot forwards to Malasana. Sinking down for just a sec. Hands to the mat, head towards the mat, hips to the sky. Heel spin out, forward fold. Slide the hands up the shins, half lift. Nice long back. Release to forward fold. Press and rise. Through a star shape and then wriggle the feet in. Finding your Tadasana. Arms to the ceiling. High mountain. Exhale, wrap the left arm underneath the right, cross wrap and twist. Eagle arms. Shift the weight into your right foot, left knee rises, nice and high. Pick it up, cross it over. Wrap here, sink the hips down. Eagle pose, Garudasana. Beautiful. Unravel the left leg, step it all the way to the back of the mat. We lift the chest. Drop the back heel down. We fold. Humble warrior. Good. Fingertips guide us all the way up. Release the grip. Turn to the long edge of the mat. Star. Sink the hips, goddess. Good. Reach to find your star and then float the hands behind you. You can turn the toes slightly in. Draw the knuckles down towards the tailbone, towards the mat. Puff the chest. We fold forwards. Prasarita Puratanasana. Good. Release the grip of the hand. Float them all the way down to the mat and then sweep them forwards all the way up and overhead. We turn towards the back of the mat. Bend the left knee, warrior two. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands all the way down to the mat. Rotate the back heel out, toes turn in. Push into the hands. Float the foot all the way up to the sky. Three-legged dog. And now we come into pigeon on the left. Go, taking your time here. Adjust as you need. Maybe take a moment in the slightly more active pigeon. And when you're ready, if you're ready, you can fold forwards, coming down to the forearms, folding over that front leg. Taking a moment just to find your breath. Good. Big breath in. And a big breath out. On your next exhale, walk the hands back towards you. Lift the chin, lift the chest. We're going to drop the weight over onto the left hip. Good. Make a little space to sweep the right foot all the way across. Good. Crossing the ankle over the thigh, pressing the sit bones down, getting a little taller. Easing into Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes. You can reach the hands to the sky if you like. Maybe bring the elbow to the outside of the knee and twist, or you can hug the thigh towards you and twist. Beautiful. Release here. Gentle counter twist to the left. We unravel. Come back into the twist towards the right. Ready for our fun transition. All the way. Keep looking back behind you. Push down into the mat. Hips pop up. Downward facing dog. Good. Press up onto the tippy toes. Shift the weight forwards. Here, option to bring the knees down to the mat. Or you can keep the knees lifted. We lower down through chaturanga all the way to the belly. Roll the shoulders down the back. A little lift, cobra. Lowering down. Last time today, interlace the fingers, the small of the back. Squeeze the palms together. Do you draw the knuckles down, the feet float up. Shalabhasana, locust pose. Just for fun, keep the feet up. Reach the arms up overhead. Take a little reach, and then you can float down to the mat. Tuck the toes. Squeeze the elbows in. Ready to push, nice and firm. Inhale. Exhale, one solid line, either to full plank or to your kneeling plank. Up to you. And then we press back. Child's pose, reach the hands back behind you. Just taking a moment here to breathe. Tuning back in with your breath. Back in with your body. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Good. Walk your hands towards you, underneath your shoulders. Send the weight back towards the heels and roll up to the spine. You can squeeze the knees towards each other, or you can keep them wide. It's up to you. Gentle roll of the shoulders down the back. And a little roll of the shoulders forwards. Good. Take a side bend over towards the left. And a little side bend over towards the right. All right, floating back to center. Arms reach up. Reaching ahead of you. Right hand is going to sweep down to find the mat. Push down into the floor. Lift the hips. A little half camel. Hips sweep down towards the heels, arms reach forward. And this time the left hand sweeps back, right arm reaches overhead as you push down. Hips press forward, chest lift up, and redraw the hips here. Shift the weight so you can move the feet out of the way, swinging the legs ahead of you. Taking a moment here to shift into the middle of the mat. Good. Then plant the feet. Tuck the tailbone. You can curl yourself all the way down to the mat. Almost ready for your Shavasana. Relax the arms. Walk the feet a tiny bit wider. Gentle windscreen wiper to the right. Little windscreen wiper to the left. One more roll to the right. And a little roll to the left. Beautiful. Knees come back to center. And wriggle the feet towards each other. Maybe one last squeeze of the knees towards the chest. You might even want to lift the chin towards the chest, the nose towards the knees. Nice big hug and squeeze. And then gently release. Coming into whatever shape Shavasana feels good for you today. Perhaps here it's constructive rest with the feet slightly wider than the hips, the knees knocking in. If you fancy a little butterfly action here, feel free to take it. Or regular Shavasana. Those are all options open to you, and any other option that might feel comfy today. When you're ready, you can bring your eyes to a close. Just giving yourself permission to sink down into your mat. With each breath here, inviting a little more stillness to the body. A little more softness to the face. And lastly, inviting a little more peace to the mind. Giving yourself permission to be free of distractions, free of thoughts, and allowing yourself to just be with your breath in this moment. Thank you so much for your practice, for your time. I look forward to meeting you back on the mat very soon.